Does anyone else think it's weird how much Canadian media is just normalizing the American Republican Party, which is, by the way, in charge of everything over there right now? They have the House, the Senate, and the presidency. Every time I tune in to watch CBC or something else, all I hear is Democrats say this, Republicans say that. Just look at the shutdown, for example. All of the reporting. Oh, well, Democrats could do this and Republicans say this. But what about the fact that Republicans are trying to rip people off of their health care? What about the fact that even their voting base, the Republican voting base, hates what Trump is doing right now? Farmers are upset. He's over there giving billions and billions and billions of dollars, 40 billion last I checked, to Argentina, who is selling crops to China that China is no longer buying from America because of American tariffs. So just to run that back, Trump runs a tariff on China. China says, well, I guess I'm not going to buy your soybeans anymore. I'm going to buy them from Argentina. Argentina's like, great. American farmers are like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And Trump turns around and says, hey, Argentina, I heard you're down bad. You said you needed some money, right? Here's $40 billion. And his supporters are looking at him like, what the actual F are you doing? Mostly because a lot of them voted for him to harm brown people, not to give them their taxpayer money, but also because what exactly is this man doing? He likes that man down in Argentina because he's as corrupt as Trump is. But when you listen to Canadian news, it's always, one side is saying this and, one side is saying that. You're never hearing that one side is delaying swearing in an elected official because that would give them the majority that they need in order to release the Epstein files, that the entire Republican Party is working in unison to prevent that from happening. So what's up with this normalization of this? It's really weird, really concerning, and I'm wondering if I'm the only one noticing this. Because the more you normalize this nonsense, the less people understand exactly how bad things are going on over there. This is why people don't trust legacy media anymore. This is why people are constantly having to go to TikTok and YouTube to get the news. Because literally TikTok influencers, or reporters, I'm going to call them because they deserve some more credit than what I'm seeing from actual news agencies these days. But these are the people coming and bringing you the news, giving you the facts, telling you what's really going on. You tune into to Canadian news to listen to what's happening in the States, and it honestly sounds like, there's a little bit of trouble over there, but their entire economy is being held up by 7 AI companies or something like that. They are on the edge of collapse or civil war. They have ICE agents in the streets beating people, pepper spraying priests, snatching women who are running with their babies, deporting the wives of military veterans, doing insane stuff, going around and terrorizing neighborhoods just so that they can film these stupid videos. All of this money going there, and Canada just like committing, that's another thing, but Canada just committing to help bolster America's military industrial complex that is now being used against its own civilians. This stuff isn't normal. And Canadian news broadcasters need to start talking about this stuff the way it is. I want to point you to an example of a leader who is actually talking about things the way it is. This is in Spanish, but there is a translation, and it's really worth hearing. I'm going to play the clip. The clip is going to be coming from Colombian President Gustavo Petro, and just a little taste of what he says. A clan of pedophiles wants to destroy our democracy to keep Epstein's list from coming out. They send warships to kill fishermen and threaten our neighbor with invasion for their oil. Facts. That's exactly what they want from Venezuela. And even though Venezuela is saying, hey, go ahead and take the oil, we just don't want an invasion, Trump is like, you know what, I'm going to take the oil and I don't like you, so I'm going to overthrow you as well. Cool. And then, of course, the Nobel Peace Prize goes to the psychotic woman who asked Benjamin Netanyahu to come and invade her own country. That's besides the point. They send warships to kill fishermen and threaten our neighbor with invasion for their oil. They want to turn the region into another Libya full of slaves. Where's the lie? Where is the lie? So let's play the clip.
A clan of pedophiles wants to end democracy in Colombia. Harsh, yes, but that is a reality. And so that the list does not appear, then they send us battleships to kill fishermen of the city and threaten the neighbor that if dictator or not, as if the people of Colombia are going to applaud the invasion of their brother, who is not the president, but the people of Venezuela. When will we be this treacherous and sold out that our own blood betrayed it? Either the people of Ecuador or the people of Panama or the people of Venezuela are not our own people.
De que nuestra propia sangre la traicionamos, o el pueblo del Ecuador, o el pueblo de Panamá, o el pueblo de Venezuela no es nuestro propio pueblo. El gobierno de Venezuela ha hecho muchas críticas.
The Venezuelan government has made many criticisms, but I do not make fun of the people of Venezuela, nor do I build a trap for the people of Venezuela to fall into the trap of an invasion that is only after their oil, which is greed and violence and more to make this beautiful corner of the South American continent, Syria or Iraq, a Libya full of slaves for sale. And oh, the list of Epstein's friends, who do not want that list to surface in the United States, wants to use us here through violence, so the people of the United States do not focus on our own government, but instead let xenophobia, racism, ideas of superior race, and other false ideas rise, and they use us so those issues do not get debated, and they use us not to discuss their own problem.
So there you have it. Gustavo Pedro, speaking like a true leader whose country is under attack. Not this pussyfooting around, not this, they said this and then they said that and oh, that was unkind and oh, poor. Stop it. Just stop it. Report what's going on and stop putting this veil of respectability over everything. What's happening right now is not respectable. It's chaotic, it's criminal, it's terrifying, and it needs to be confronted. And the more we normalize this, the more we continue to report on it as though it's just not a big deal, as though things are just only slightly out of whack, it's dangerous. The only time I actually hear any sort of real pushback against America is when, Canadians aren't traveling there. Cool. We're not traveling there. Why? Because they were mean? Also because it's dangerous. Also because you might get locked up in some for-profit facility that Trump and his crew, his goonies are propping up, where you get locked up and somebody makes money off of the fact that you're there. What's happening over there is diabolical. And we cannot continue to have reporters and news broadcasters who talk about this stuff as if it's normal, because it is not. And if this were happening in any other country, we would be calling it out and calling the person a dictator, calling the person a fascist, whatever you want. Just look at the way they talk about the leader of Venezuela. None of our business. But we're over here doing all of our dealings with America, and we don't have the same courage to talk about Trump in the way that he deserves to be spoken about. This doesn't have to be a biased account. This doesn't have to be have some sort of left-wing spin on it, because there are right-wingers who are equally pissed off at what he's doing. I don't know. It's just a thought. I just think it's really weird. I think it's really suspicious and very concerning. Watch out for it. Anyhow, subscribe if you haven't already. Bread in Captivity, out.